What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Nerd Militia. Before we begin on video 2 about how I would handle the DC film slash DC Studios environment thing, creature that will be how I would build it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to show your boys some love. I love making content, and if I'm being totally honest with you guys, I would much rather do this than my other 9 to 5. I would love to just professionally shoot the shit with you, so let's do it. Now we're going to be talking about the streaming service, HBO Max or whatever Warner and Discovery decide to call their streaming platform. This is how I would handle the DC brand on it. We are cutting that CW crap all the way down. Like, we are canceling nonstop. Everybody who had a job no longer has a job. I'm sorry, I'm apologizing. We'll keep you. Don't worry, you'll have a job sooner or later over here on the streamer. But current product you're working on has got to go. Listen, when this stuff was at its greatest is when Smallville was just Smallville. Like, there were no extra spin-offs, and Smallville got all of my time. I know that, ABC tried with Aquaman. I know that there was Birds of Prey, but really the mainstay was Smallville, and that's all you had to focus on. It's kind of like when Buffy was on TV. Like, it took some time for Angel to get there, but for the longest time, it was just Buffy. She didn't make a bunch of her own competition. And then when Angel came out, it was so vastly different from Buffy that it really didn't hurt it. And I think that's what's hurting the DC universe over there on CW, that everything is exactly the same. It's like copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. So we need to get rid of that. And at minimum, we'll leave one, maybe two IPs over there, but they're definitely going to be retooled. And yeah, we're just going to cut it. So again, guys, the leader of this ship is Jim Lee. I'm not sure if I said it on the first video, but let me just say the leader of the ship is Jim Lee. He's our Kevin Feige. Everything that happens on film and TV and our film and streaming service goes through him, and he goes to the studio. He's our synthesizer, right? He's the guy who like filters through everything, so there's less and less studio involvement. So let's talk about the creators room I built. The creators room is a team of writer directors that I have assembled, and they are here. So let's talk about them. Starting off, of course, we're going to start off with the King of the Kings, Zack Snyder. I love the Snyderverse. I am not a huge stan for Zack Snyder. I do not think that he understood Superman, but that's not his fault. I don't think a lot of film and writers or directors understand Superman, and that's neither here nor there. However, I do think he has a better idea of what to do with the DC universe than anybody else or anybody has to offer. So, that being said, the head of this writer's room is definitely Zack Snyder. Also, the streaming universe is going to be the Snyderverse. So after that, we're going to have Max Landis. And Max Landis has already worked for DC. I know he went through a whole lot of hoopla. And again, this is my list. I know like he's probably not going to want to do this. He's more of like, I don't know, a Ben Affleck guy, right? Like, I think he likes more independent stuff. He likes to stay to himself mostly. But in my world, he says yes to the offer and come and play. So Max Landis, Anton Fuqua, I hope I said your name right. David Ayer's coming back. Dave Benoff, I hope I said your name right. He's one of the writers of Game of Thrones, but he's coming over to play. Like I said before, we are working with the Snyderverse. So every film slash TV show on the streaming service is in the Snyderverse canon. Like I said in the other video, of course, these writers and directors could go back and forward. But the streaming service is kind of the key in the heart of everything. On top of that, guys, any episode or any series that are on the show is a 20-episode series. I think that's only fair. That also helps limit to the amount of episodes we have or amount of seasons we have. Like, we could tell a whole good story with relatively 3 to 4 seasons, and we don't have to have a super duper burnout where we're like 10 seasons in of telling the same story over and over again. Talking to you, Supernatural. That being said, assuming that the series is wonderful, it's good, everybody loves it, every season finale will be a film shown over to the theater. So if you have been a fan and you love it and you want to see like the big screen version of that, don't you worry. Episode 20 is going to theaters. And of course, it will go to streaming service. But it will be treated as a theatrical film. Much they do this over in Japan, and I love this. They did this with the Super Sentai series. You know it as Power Rangers. Not that like their season finale, all their season finales for movies, but there were a lot of movies for each season that came out there, and I think this is a good thing to copy and bring over to the Americas by going like, oh man, season one of Titans was so great, and then the season finale was amazing. And again, by cutting all that dead weight of the CW shows and the horrible HBO shows that is Titans, it gives these shows gives them more budget, and not every show has to be like special effects heavy, but I mean, like it would be rad. Right, so it's kind of like if Zack Snyder was like, "All right, cool. Well, I'm gonna do another Superman. I'm gonna do a Superman story. I'm gonna do Ben Affleck wants to do a Batman. He could tell his Batman story. It could end in a Justice League story in the big screen or on the big screen, right? Okay, another thing, all actors casted in these projects are their likenesses will be borrowed. So I'm going to make sure that they sign whatever they have to sign that says, hey, we're going to use your likeness. And their likeness is going to be used for comics. And I think that's going to add a more of a buzz to the DC comics. Another thing I'm going to do with this is we're going back to the cons. We're going to WonderCon. We're going to LA Comic Con. We're going to Kamikaze. We're going to 90s Con. We're going to Dragon Con. We're putting our presence back in con, and we're not going there to be like, yo, check this out. We got some no, we're going to the fans. And what we're saying to the fans is like, hey, you got a story, you got a film, cool. Enter it in the film contest here. We like your film contest. Go ahead, host your film on your YouTube channel. We're not going to strike it. We're a fan of it. But not only that, if it's great, we're going to host it on our YouTube, right? And that way, we've got an ear on our fans. We've got a connection with our fans. It no longer seems like we're just flying out of our asses when it comes to this. And it also, we're there to foster and grow talent. We're getting new blood into the DC brand, and not even in the DC brand. This could go to the Warner Brothers brand. Like we're getting these young writers, these young visionaries early, and we're sculpting them, we're polishing these diamonds. And we're also having more and new fresh blood to our comic books, and we're also growing our like we call it DC fandom for a reason, right? Well, let's make it about the fans. Hey, show us your cosplay. That cosplay was so awesome. You want to work as a costumer on the next episode? That's so great. Can we borrow that cosplay? That's wonderful. You know what I mean? Like that's a great story. What else can you do? Have you ever written any before? Would you mind wanting to take like maybe a 2-month class with us and see what we could develop, if anything? Hey, we like that. We like the story you told there. We're gonna take that. We're gonna use that. Here's a couple dollars. Why don't you come over here with the Warner Studio or something? I just think that's a smart way to again foster talent, grow some talent, make connections, and stay connected to your fans. Because I don't think Marvel's doing this, and if they're doing it, they're being quite quiet about it. But us being loud and making our presence known back in the con, it's going to be amazing. We'll also show those short films as teasers in between or trailers at the beginning of our shows and stuff. I think that would be sort of cool. I just think that would be cool for fans, studios to interact with each other and also help grow the band and brand and help expand the comics. Because I think like that feel would be amazing. Like there's so many like one-off comic books. So like even if we did if a fan had like I don't know, like his own great story for Power Girl, bringing Power Girl back, and this is a story that needs to be told, and we did it, we printed it. That's gonna add some buzz, whether or not it's sold a lot or not. It will sell because, or like if it's sold or not, a lot or not. But people will talk like, "Yo, they really gave this cat a chance," and they helped them. They helped them write an appropriate script from his idea and put it to comic book pages, and we think it's amazing. Not everybody's got to like it, but I mean, the idea that you're out there actually actively giving new writers, new visionaries, like a place and a spot to work. Chef's kiss. So, guys, again, thanks for clicking on this video. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to show my guys over at Comic Cult TV some love. They're part of the whole Nerd Militia family, and you're part of the Nerd Militia family. So let's show us all some love, guys. Let me know if you liked my idea about how I would control both the film and streaming aspects of DC Studios. what you would do differently, how you would handle it. If you think I'm just a crackpot, just let me know what you think in the comments below. And then, yeah, guys, thanks for stopping by. Stay excellent. I'll catch you guys later.